Hey guys, it's Ken from Cactus Jam Board Games. Today we are continuing our playthrough for Wayfarers of the South Tigris. We've got an introductory video and the first part of the playthrough. The links are going to be in the description below. Today we're continuing our playthrough. We're probably halfway to maybe 2/3 of the way through the game. So without further ado and any more delays, after the break we're going to jump right into the play. So in the last turn, we went ahead and did a rest action. So let's collect our cards back up for Automa and shuffle them up. You can see he's got one yellow worker. Okay, the card that we drew has 0 coins. This marker doesn't move. He's going to place either a green worker or a yellow one. He's got a yellow one, and the place where he's going to place his yellow worker, it goes right here. So let's go ahead and move to the main board. So we're at the main board now. We've got our yellow worker. We're going to place it on this card. However, there is a worker here already, so the Automa can't place their yellow worker there. They can move to the next card and place it here. What do they get for that action? They're going to get 2 coins, which they don't collect, so they'll move the marker up 2 spots, and they'll get a influence marker on the yellow minaret. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And they also get 2 coins. 1, 2. Okay, he is done. Let's go back to our board. So we're back at our area. We're going to go ahead and take this action right here. It's going to help us set up for future actions as well. We need to have a die with a camel face. Well, we don't really need that because this villager provides it. So we can take one of these 2s, for example. Have to pay 2 provisions. Get a coin. And we're going to take the land card that the Automa tried to put an action on. We're going to take that first one that comes over with our influence. It just goes back to our supply. We get 2 workers. That's a big part of the reason why we wanted this one. We're going to take this guy here, which gets us a coin immediately. That's what that little symbol right there means. Get a coin. And then this Vista right here, the one that's already in our tableau, states that anytime you get a Vista card like this one, you get a coin. So we have just populated, or I should say, got another Vista. That's great. But one of the big reasons why we did this is we got workers and now we have 4 coins. This allows us to go get a black card, one of the night sky cards, because we need to start working on those as well. Back to the Automa's turn. He's going to draw a card. This has 2 coins on it, so we advance 1, 2. We're going to have to take a green card. We'll do that in just a little bit. We're going to take a look and see on the black minaret, do they have 2 influence? The answer is no. Instead, they're going to add an influence to the black minaret and get a green card. In fact, they're going to get 2 green cards this round. One for this action and one for this one. Which green card are they going to take? Well, their total value is 2. That means they're going to be taking this card here, and they're also going to be taking the card that's next to it. Here's the first card for this action. And then here's the second card for this action. So those are the 2 cards that they're able to pick up this round. It's a 2-point round for them, and they ate up 2 of the village cards. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use this action right here. We can use any die face to be able to do this action because the villager provides us with the icons that we need. And what does this allow us to do? It should be a 2, right? That's what we had there. This gives us a influence on the black minaret. And And then the other thing that we get is a black card, Night Sky. Let's go over and take a look at that. Okay, looking at our choices, I really want one of these 3 cards here. Now, if I take this one, I'll have to pay an extra resource, either a food resource, a provision, or a coin. So I really don't want to have to do that if I don't have to. This one, the end game scoring is I get 1 victory point plus 1 victory point for every 2 influence in this minaret. Now, right now I don't have any, but it's something I can work towards. This one says I get 1 victory point for every sea vista. Well, let's go for this guy. This is the one we're going to grab right now. It's cheap. We don't get any bonus though for it. You know what? Change my mind. This is the guy I want to get. Gives us a influence on the yellow minaret, and we can move an influence around as well. And the cost for that is 3 silver. Okay, so we just got our black card, paid our 3 silver, we're down to 1. Gonna park this guy right here. And we're allowed to take a influence and move it to the yellow minaret and immediately move an influence around. So I'm going to take that influence from the yellow minaret and move it to the blue one. The reason is I would like to do this action next and take a blue card, and I just need I don't have any influencer now, and this is one of the ways I can do it. Why am I looking to do that? Well, the card that I'm looking at is this one, which gives me another port and a library. So I've got 2 land vistas, 2 cities or minarets. This would be my second port, and I've got 2 sea vistas. That's 2 complete sets of cards. That's 10 victory points, and then 2 of each. So an additional 2, 4, 6, and 8. So it'd be 18 victory points towards the end of the game. So that's where I'm going over the next couple turns. So I want to get this card next. Okay, on to the Automa's turn. He's going to draw this card. He's got 2 blues and 1 red. If he draws another blue one, he will go ahead and take a rest action the following round. It's got 2 coins on it. Green worker goes into the green section. He doesn't have any workers, so instead he's going to do his favorite action, which is, well, that's what this symbol is. It just means do your favorite action. For this particular Automa, it's get a green card. Which one do we take? He's got a value of 4 here, so we come all the way down to this row, and he's going to take the leftmost card. That's this one here. That's kind of unfortunate, because that's kind of a cool one. It allows you to add influence to the blue minaret and then move influence around. But at least he didn't take the one that I'm really looking at. We'll show you in just a moment. Okay, I think we're done with his turn. Back to us. Okay, I think I mentioned previously what we want to do next, and that's this action right here. We need 2 provisions, and we need to have a die with a boat on it. Well, we can take any of these. Let's park this one here, plus 1 influence from the blue minaret, and that pays for that card. And that allows us to take this card right here. And I mentioned before we took it because it provides us another port, gives us 2 complete sets down below here. I like this action too because it allows us to journal and get coins. So let's go ahead and get this one parked in our tableau. We're going to stick it right here, starting to stretch right to the edge there. And we complete this position so we get a provision. Okay, on to the Automa's turn. Okay, the Automa's going to draw a card, and they draw a red one, which means they're going to continue on with their turn, but at the end of next turn, they will either have 3 reds or 3 blues, meaning they will do a rest on the subsequent turn. So we've got 2 more turns before they're going to take a rest. Let's move our position here. This one states that the Automa will take a yellow card if they have 2 influence on the yellow minaret, and they do. Let's pay for that. They have a value of 3 for land card. That means second one from the left, Oh, that's a pretty nice one too. All of these cards are really nice. So this one, if you have a camel, allows you to hire or bring in a village card or a green card, and also put an influence on the blue minaret. Okay, his turn is done. Like I said, whatever card he draws here will complete one of these sets of 3. On the next turn, he's going to go ahead and take a rest. Okay, so it's crunch time a little bit. We know that the Autumn is going to take a turn, and the following turn they are going to do a rest. They've got 2 influence in the black minaret. We are tied right now on the journal track. Long story short means that he's going to be able to take 2 steps or 2 jumps this turn. That's not ideal. But if I were to jump ahead and do a rest right now, he would still take 2 jumps on the journal track, and would only cost him 1 influence on the black minaret. I think we're going to go ahead and take another turn, only to force him to spend 2 influence on the black minaret rather than just 1. And the turn we're going to take is take a die, place it at this location, allows us to hire one of the villagers. We're going to hire this guy, or this lady. We have to pay 1 silver. Got that right there. And this card can be parked underneath the minaret or a port. And the location we're going to place it is right here, where we can utilize the benefit. Okay, our turn is done. Autumn's last turn before they do the rest is coming up. Let's go ahead and give that a try. Okay, here's the action. They're going to draw this card right here, advances the marker 1 step. They're going to spend 2 minarets on the blue, 2 influence on the blue minaret. And there we go. Allows them to take a blue card. And which card are they going to take? The total value they have is 2, which means they're going to take the second card from the left. This is the card, and there was a worker on it, so they get that worker added to their tableau, and this is the card they're adding as well. Okay, they've got 3 red cards now. There is a comet here, and we'll be using this track right here as well based on where they are on the journal track. We'll see what we'll see what that symbology means. Okay, like I said on the last turn, all the dice are in play. If I were to take a rest action right now, I would actually be in a situation where he's going to take his 2 steps, but it's only going to cost him 1 influence on the black minaret. I want him to spend both of them. So I'm not going to do a rest. Instead, I'm going to play a worker. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this end game scoring condition where I need to have pairs of influence on the yellow minaret. I want to place a worker, place a yellow one, and we'll go to the main board here. I'm going to place the worker right here. Gets me 2 coins, which I very much want, and I get to place in an influence on the yellow minaret. Okay, it's Automa's rest action or rest turn now. So we'll go ahead and do the Automa's rest action. These cards come down to tell us what we're doing red. Remember, 3 red cards means whenever there's a branch, the Automa is going to go down. The first thing we're going to take a look at when we do this action is, well, we're going to look at this chart. So is there a comet on this card in the last position? And yep, sure is. We're going to take a card, a green card. They have 2 coins. That means they're going to be taking the second card from the right. That's unfortunate because I would have liked that card. And I definitely would have a spot for it, but that's the way it goes. Next, they're going to be doing a journal action. Because they're tied with me, they have to spend 2 black influence or 2 influence on the black minaret to be able to take an extra step. That's exactly what they have, so they'll spend everything down. They'll be able to take 2 steps on the journal track this round. Let's go ahead and pay for those 2 steps already, and let's see what they do. Okay, the gap here is from the card they've taken already. This is their marker. They're going to go down. Well, down just means horizontal. So the first step is always free. They get this action, and we've got a new icon here. This icon refers to these tiles. They're going to take one of those tiles this round. Which one are they going to take? Well, this is the last card that they played. And if you see here, this row of magenta, pink, whatever color this is, this row of symbols, and this one right here represents these and these. So we're going to have them take the bottom one, the leftmost bottom row tile. That's the one they take. And then they're going to do another journal action. Remember, they've got 3 red cards, so they're going to go down whenever they have a choice. In this position right here, there is no choice. They just will move to this next position. Note the green worker here. No one is adjacent to it, so no one gets it, but that's not true for this one. The Automa will take this green worker back to his tableau and add 2 influence to the blue minaret. Let's go back to his tableau and add the tile to his caravan. The first thing I'm going to notice or point out is just how many cards he's got already. Wow, that's a lot of cards. So again, all of the green cards are worth 1 point. The land and sea cards are worth 2 each. Black cards are worth 3. And then finally, these cards are worth 4. Yep, got quite a stack there, a lot of points. Okay, well, we're going to go back to figure out where this tile, or what's going to happen when he adds this to his caravan. And we're going to slot it in this position right here, which means he's going to add influence to a card. He's got a value of 2. He's in the black section, so he's going to add a influence to the second card from the left. Okay, his turn is done. I think we can go ahead and do our journal action as well. Okay, it's time for us to do a rest action. We have all of our die in play, so we get the bonuses. And our bonuses are 2 provisions plus 1 silver. Let's do that right now. Those are our bonuses. And we get to do eternal action. Now, we have a influence on the black minaret, which means if we can pay for it, we can take 2 steps as well on the journal track. And I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, here's our marker. We're way behind right here, but I think we can catch up, or at least get a little bit closer. So what I would like to do is, on our action, we can either go this location or this location, or I should say this location or this one. The cost for this one is 1 comet. Well, we can't afford that. We don't have any, but we do have 2 minarets. So let's go ahead and do this action. Now, my marker is adjacent to the green worker, so I will bring him back to the tableau. And we got this tile. This tile says take a green card at no cost. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, looking at these cards here, I don't have space for this card, so out of the running. This one is interesting, especially when I look at this card here. If I take this card and then slot this green one underneath of it, this one is essentially paid for. This guy right here is pretty darn good, but I think this is the one I'd like to get because I'd like to get more of the influence markers into the minarets. So let's go ahead and take this one right here. This one is free. We get to add it to one of our cards that have the land vista on it. We'll do that after we take the second action. And the second action is spend an influence from the black minaret to move up another step when you're doing your journaling. So I've got these 2 locations to go to next. I do have a branch, but I don't have any planet cards. So I gotta look at this one. What's the cost? Have 2 ports. I got my second port just recently, so I can do this action as well. And now I can take one of these tiles. I think I'm gonna go for this one right here for a couple of reasons. It's worth 5 victory points at the end of the game, and it's a library icon. Now in my tableau, I already have 2 library books. This will be my 3rd one. There's a victory card over here. If I can get 4 library icons in my tableau and have this card, then I double whatever the night sky card that it's attached to. Well, let's go ahead and do that. So that's going to be our target right there. So we're going to take this tile right here. It's worth 5 victory points and the library book for the reasons I just said. And let's go back to our tableau and get everything put into place. Okay, so we've already got our worker, got him set up there. We have the green card or the person card. It has to go into an area. One of these two cards right here. Which one am I more likely to do first or ever? Let's slot it into this position here. So now whenever I bring in a Vista card, one of these cards right here, I get a coin, and then I also get to either add a influence of the Black Minaret or move one around. Second part of this action is bringing this tile into my tableau. It kind of doesn't matter where I place it because I really don't get the benefit of affecting the die face, but I do get the bonus. So I'm not going to plop it in right here and take another coin. And there we go. Okay, I'm just going to clean up the board and my turn is done. Okay, for my opponent's turn, because he did a journal action last round, we're going to collect up all his cards, shuffle them up, and we'll start another cycle. He's got one step on the journal track, so he's one step ahead of me. But he doesn't have any influence on the Black Minaret. But let's see what kind of cards he draws. Well, let's just see. Let's see where it happens. Oh, of course. So let's go ahead and give him 2 steps on the track. 1, 2. Next, does he have 2 influence on the Black Minaret? The answer is no. If he did, he could take a black card. Instead, he's going to add a influence on the Black Minaret and take a green card. Which green card is he taking? He's got 2 coins. Green card, second one from the right. That's unfortunate because he's taking this one right here. That's the one with the double boats on it. There is a port card where could have used that, would have been helpful. So on our last turn, we went ahead and did our rest action, including journaling. The one thing I did not do is re-roll out the dice. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay, interesting. Okay, so thinking about end game scoring, I've got this card right here which says I'll get 1 victory point and then 1 victory point for every pair of influence markers on the yellow minaret. Fine. The other one states that I'll get 1 victory point for every pair of tiles on my caravan and workers down here. Now I have 6 workers, or 6 green cards, and then 2 of these tiles. So I'm going to score 2 points on this. This card will double that one, so I'm going to score 4 points. Every tile that I can add to my caravan is going to get me more points, at least 1 more point for each one, and then this will double it, so I'll get 2 points every time I can do that. So I think we need to add some tiles. So along those lines, I'm going to go ahead and use this action right here, and I'm going to take this guy. It's overkill. Camel comes down with it, but I have a camel here, but that's fine. Spend 2 resources, get 1 silver, and that's the tile that I'm going to, or the card that I'm going to get. This is another city or minaret, so another land card with a minaret on it. It's also got the astronomy platform, or the observatory there. What I like about this one is bring a die with these 2 icons in it. You can either get 2 influence on the Black Minaret, always good, or you can get a black tile, something we definitely need to do. Okay, for his turn, he's going to draw another red card. This is 1 coin. We're going to trigger this action. He's going to spend 2 influence on the yellow minaret. He does not have that. So he's going to add 2 influence to the yellow minaret and then add an influence to 1 card. The value here is 3. the card he's going to be working in is in the yellow area, so it's going to be the second one from the left. He's then going to take this action right here. He's going to take one green card, and he's going to be taking number 3, the second one from the left. Heck, I would have liked that card, but guess it's not going to happen. And his turn is done. Back to me. Okay, so I just mentioned that I needed to get more of these tiles, and then I took this card instead. There is a method to my madness, but we're just going to have to go through this step by step. First thing I'm going to do is, I need to place this card, or this die right here at this location. And this gives me, with the telescope, gives me the ability to either get a nighttime sky or black card or a black tile. We're going to get the black tile this time. Cost 3 silver. Paid for that. And we're going to take this one. And I'm going to drop it right here. Gives me a silver. And now anytime I can get a 6, I have all the icons to work with. So it is somewhat helpful in that regard. Okay, my turn is done. Okay, back to his turn. Drawing a blue card with 0 coins. Nothing happens here. We don't have to end the round. We've got a green worker that's going to be put into play. He's got 1 coin and the 2 rightmost cards. And so that means he's going to place this one on the rightmost worker. So he's going to place his worker right here. That's unfortunate because I think I wanted to do that. That allows him to take one of these cards. Which card does he take? Well, he's got a value of 1, which allows him to take this card here. His influence comes back with the card, which he'll just flip over and add to his ever-growing stack of cards. We're going to go ahead and refresh the deck, or the playing cards. And it's back to me then. Okay, so the die rolls that I have are not super great for me. I've got this one here, which allows me to do any action that has a camel on it. Now this one I can do anyways, but I still need a telescope to get this one to work. So I need this die roll to be something different, and actually I want it to be right here. Well, we've got an influence on the yellow minaret right now. And let's go take a look at that up close because we haven't seen this action in play yet. Okay, influence right here. I can spend 1 influence to modify 2 dice by 1 each, or I can take 1 die and modify it twice. So let's go ahead and spend this one, that influence there, and modify our die rolls. I'm going to take this guy and push it up to a 6. Now this guy I don't necessarily need to change, and I'm not going to change it. So let's take this action right here. Now, boy, it looks really interesting. I could do a boat. I do have the provisions. I can take a blue card, but I think I'm going to pass on that and instead place this die here. Both of these icons are satisfied, and now we can take another tile. Cost another 3 silver. We've spent everything down to get this tile. I'm going to park it right here. Okay, so I'm covering up our provisions. I'll go ahead and grab another one. Okay, we're back up to 4 provisions. That's good. Now, what does this do for us? Well, it's going to get us 3 victory points to the end of the game, or at the end of the game. So we're up to 9. That's not bad. And now any die roll of 5, I can modify down to a 4 or up to a 6. So it increases our chances of getting a die in this column right here. Now, of course, I know what's going to happen next round when I roll dice. I'm going to roll a bunch of 2s and 3s. I'm willing to bet a couple provisions on that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that's my thinking right now. Now, it does get me another tile in this space, plus my workers. So now this end game scoring is worth 8 points. 4 for this part right here. I have 4 tiles, 6 workers. That's 4 pairs, 4 points. And then because I have 6 workers, I double that, so it goes up to 8. So it's a nice way of getting a few points. Okay, let's go back to the Automa and see what he's going to do. Okay, Automa's turn. Draw a card. Hey, another blue one. He's going to advance his marker 2 steps. 1, 2. And he's place a green worker. Doesn't have green worker, so he's going to do his favorite action. What's his favorite action? For this guy, it's going to be take a green card. So let's go ahead and figure out which one he's going to take. He's got 2 coins. That means he's going to take the second one from the right. There's the card he takes. Didn't much care for that one, so I'm actually kind of excited to see what comes up, because maybe I can benefit from it. Let's mention that he's got 2 red and 2 blue cards, which means he will do another round of action. So we're going to draw this card, do that action, and then one of these 2 sets will be completed, and he'll do a rest action the following. Okay, so I'm thinking about journaling. I'm not going to do it this round, but I got to plan ahead for it. Let's go take a look at the journal track and see what the cost is. I'd like to go 2 steps up, but I got to make sure I can pay for that. So let's see what kind of options we got. Okay, so we're focusing here on the journal track. This next step, I can satisfy either one of these because I have 2 of these seascapes and 2 of these vistas. So either one is fine. But if I go on the upper one, I get the bonus here. If I end up going this direction, I'll be here. At least I can move up a step, but I don't get the extra bonus. I think I'll go this direction in this regard. So I'm just going to mentally keep track of going to this location. And then I've got to pay either 2 of these yellow tiles, and you can see I don't have any, or I can come this way, and there I can pay 2, or show that I have, in this case 3, not 2, 3 green cards. Well, I have 6. I know that. So I'm able to jump up 2 steps. And then continuing on, I've also got 2 observatories already in my tableau. I've got 3 of them. So I can go to this next location. Here I need 3 of these. That's just a matter of getting that, or a 4th minaret. Okay, so I've got a path that I'm working towards. Already paid for, already paid for. That's awesome. That's our next journal step. And then in fact, I'm already paid for here and here as well. So I've got the next 3 moves already planned for, so I don't have to worry too much about moving up. So I've got to take advantage of the fact, or figure out a way of getting multiple steps. One of the things I can do is pay a green worker, or place a green worker at this location, which allows me to add 1 influence to each of the 3 minarets. And then he'll take a turn, and then I get another turn, and then he'll do his journaling. He's only got 1 influence in the black minaret, which means, and he's ahead of me, he needs 3 in there to take 2 steps. He's only going to go 1 step. So I essentially could catch up to him at the end of this journaling. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add that green worker to that location, which allows me to place 1 influence in each of the minarets, which is helpful. Okay, my turn is done. Okay, we already said that he can take this action, and he does. Brings out a card with 0 coins on it, so the marker does not move up at all. Green worker, yellow worker, doesn't have either, so he's going to get a tile instead. The tile he's going to get is the green type of tile. He's got 2 coins. That shows me that he's going to take the second one from the end. He has that one already, so he'll code and take the next one, which is this tile. And when he places this, oh, this is not good. He gets a influence on the black minaret. So he's up to 2 influence on the black minaret. If we're tied on the journal track right here, and he's got 2 influence there, that allows him to take a second action. So we definitely don't want to tie him right now. So I don't want to do a journal action. Instead, I'm going to be taking a regular action. Okay, so I'm going to take this die right here and come to this location. It's not the greatest turn in the world, but I just need the coins. I'm going to take 2 coins on this action. Okay, back to him. He's going to go ahead and do a journal. We already said that he's going to do a journal action. These are the cards he's going to use. These are the blue ones. We're just going to start right here in the journal. Does he have a comment in this position? He sure does. He's up to 4 now. It's really quite hopeless for me to go ahead and try to compete with comments. There's really no... It's unlikely that I'm going to be able to at least even tie him. And tying doesn't count. I need to have more than him. If he's got the same as me, then it's a wash. No one gets any points. He won't get any points for having the most comments in the game, but I mean, like I say, at this point, I'm not really competitive in that anyways. Next thing we're going to do is take a green card. 2 coins, the last 2 cards, second one from the right. This is the card you get. Would have liked it. The part that makes me a little grouchy is that he's got a green worker. Okay, and now he's going to journal. Coming to this table, he needs to have 3, because he's ahead of me on the track. He needs to have 3 to be able to go 2 steps. He's only got 1, so that means as of right now, he won't be able to advance 2 steps. Let's see how it goes. He's also got 3 blue cards, meaning he's going to go up at any branches. Let's go journal for him. Okay, so he is going to go ahead and go up. He's got 2 choices. He's going to choose the upper one because he's got 3 blue cards. Going to choose one of the inspiration cards. Here they are. And the one he picks is this one based upon his position on the chart. Flip this guy over. That's worth 4 victory points. The other thing he's going to do is collect a die, but he doesn't use them. So for him, he is going to choose a tile to bring back to his tableau. Which tile is he going to bring back? Well, his marker is on the green section, so he's going to take another green marker. Okay, according to his position on the chart, he should be taking this tile, but he's already got one of these. He's already got one of these, so then we go to this guy, and that's the tile he takes. We're going to bring that tile back to his board and see how it influences his caravan track. Okay, we're going to place the tile at this location. We're just following around here, and by placing it here, we're going to be adding influence to a card. Which card are we going to be adding it to? Green part of the track, got a value of 2. He's going to place it on the second one from the right. So he should have put his influence marker on this location, but he can't. He's going to place it here. Okay, his turn is done. So let's go ahead and refresh the player board. These cards slide down. The influence marker stays on here. Bring on a new one. Oh, that's interesting. And then in addition, influence cards come down. Sorry, inspiration cards slide down and a new one appears. Oh, this is one all about collecting provisions. That's tough. Okay, he is done. So now it is our turn. Okay, I think we should go ahead and do our journaling or rest action with the journal. We have no dice up here, so we satisfied these requirements. We're going to get 2 provisions and 1 coin. Well, maybe we should get that 1 inspiration card. We've definitely got a lot of provisions. That's something to think about. Next thing we're going to do is journal. Let's go over to the journal track. We've kind of already worked our way through what we need to do. I think we should just go for it and get the 2 steps. So let's journal. So we're going to go ahead and journal. Here's our marker. We need to have 2 seascapes, and yes, we do. So I'm going to go to this location. This gets us 2 more provisions. Boy, that inspiration card about provisions is looking even better now. That's something to think about. Okay, we're going to spend 1 of our Black Minaret influence markers to go a second action, and we're going to jump up to this location. First thing we do is grab another die to add to our collection. We'll roll all of those in just a moment. Second thing is get one of these inspiration cards. Okay then, boy, I think we've got to do some thinking. So this inspiration card will double a night sky if I have 5 minarets. This one 4 libraries. So for this one I have 3 already showing. That's good. So 60% of the way there. Libraries, I'm a little bit, oh no, I got 3 of 4. I just need one more, and there is one library card here. Okay, so that might be a good one. This one is all about astronomy or observatories. I have 3 showing. Are there any? And there is one on the board as well. So we go this way. And then this last one is all about having provisions. Well, provisions are great for getting cards, so I think that's not one I'm going to go for. Do I want either one of these? So if I take this one here, next round, I will have satisfied this inspiration card. So I've got a lock on it already. Whereas the observatories, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, either one of them. So I could do either one. Of those 2 cards, let's take a look at the land cards now. So I'm talking about these 2 cards right here. This one, when I play it, gets me an opportunity to take a nighttime sky or black card and then add an influence to yellow. Ooh, you know what? I just got to do that one. Okay, so with that in mind, that's observatories. So I'm going to take the inspiration card that allows me to double up if I'm able to get 4 observatories. Like I said before, I've got 3 of them. If I'm able to capture this card, and this would be a great one to play a few times, this will satisfy this, and I'll be able to double the score for one of my black cards. So let's move this back to our tableau and roll the dice in anticipation for next round. And as you can see, journal track right now, we're tied at this location right here. Already mentioned that this is already paid for, this is paid for. If I go this route, I'm going to either need another one of these Vista cards or another 2, no, just one more minarets as well. So this one is paid for, and I just need to do one action to pay for this, and I can jump up another 2 steps. Okay, I think we're good. Here is our new inspiration card. I'm going to slot it in right here. Now, if I had an option to get an inspiration card, but I had no space for it like this, I have the option to discard it, and that's what this symbol means right here. Discard it, throw it away, and get the benefit that's at the bottom of the inspiration track. That would be like 2 coins, 2 food. But I do have a spot for it. That's right here. I just need one more observatory, and I'm able to double this. Okay, so I think I'm good. Okay, so that's all we're going to do for today on the playthrough. We're about 80% of the way through the game so far. As you can see, it's a pretty tight game. We're going back and forth on the journal track. The Automa's got a ton of cards in his tableau, a lot of points sitting there. I haven't counted them yet, but it's going to be a lot. I think we're doing okay. I hope we are. We'll just have to see. In the video, we discussed some of the strategies for cards that we're trying to get, sets we're trying to build, and endgame scoring cards as well. So all of those concepts came across hopefully pretty clearly in the video. If not, leave a comment below, ask any question you want, and we can clarify that. If you liked the video, thank you very much. Consider giving it a thumbs up and also subscribing to the channel itself. It helps us tremendously, doesn't cost you guys anything, and like I said, it helps us a lot. So until next time, for our wrap up of Wayfarers of the South Tigris, I'll see you later. Bye now.